Hello and welcome to our fourth clinic in linear algebra. Right? In today's clinic, we're going to be looking at row reduction. And so there's two operations. There's the REF, reduced echelon form, and then there's the RREF, the row reduced echelon form, right? Or reduced row echelon form. This can be quite tedious. Right, so we're going to be having to do a lot of bookkeeping. So I'm just going to start by rewriting the matrix. The first thing we want to do is look for the first column that has a non-zero entry. In this case, it's the first column. And then we look for the first entry in that column that's non-zero. That'd be this one here, right? That is our pivot. Since it's already in the first row, we don't need to do anything. Right, what we want to do now is zero out every entry below it. So if we do -3 row 1 plus row 3, and then -2 row 1 plus row 2, we should see that that will zero out those entries. First row stays the same. Second and third row, the first entries are both 0. That's the whole point. Now we just have to determine what the other entries are. It's 0, 4, 2, right? And then 0, 5, 3. Now we play the same game, except we take out the first row. First column with a non-zero entry would be the third column, and its first non-zero entry would be this 4. We zero out everything below that 4. Right? Easiest thing to do would be to actually make it 1, right? So we can do this. Multiply row 2 by a 4th. And actually, it has to be 1. Now we can do -5 row 2 plus row 3. We get 0, 0, 0, and 1/2. That's our new pivot. We just need to make that a 1. So multiply row 3 by 2. And that is the REF of A. Okay, so again, we want to start by just rewriting the matrix. Look for the first non-zero, first column with the non-zero entry. The first non-zero entry is our pivot. Let's make that 1. All right, so multiply row 1 by -1/4. And then this becomes 3/2. I want to zero out everything below that first 1. All right, so to clear out the row 3, be -6 row 1 plus row 3, and then it'll just be negative row 1 plus row 2. Find our new pivot. Want to make that 1. So multiply row 2 by 4/9. Then -9/2 row 2 plus row 3 will make this entry, the 3/2 entry 0. And we actually get 0 there, which is nice. We're done. All right, so there's the REF of B. Right, so now we want to row reduce this matrix. So row reduce just means put it into RREF form. Two, 6, 13. Let's move 6, 8, 26, 30. Row reducing starts off the same way. Let's first make that pivot a 1 by multiplying row 1 by 1/2. right? -8 row 1 plus row 3, -4 row 1 plus row 2 will make the 2, 1, and 3, 1 entry 0. And our new pivot. Make it 1. So multiply row 2 by a third. Right, now we want to make that 3, 3 entry 0. Right, so -3 row 2 plus row 3. That 4 is our new pivot. I want to make it 1. Multiply row 3 by a quarter. So by the way, that would be the REF of C, right? But now what we want to do is put it into RREF, which means we need to look at all of the leading ones and make sure that not only are the entries below it 0, but the entries above it are also 0. So let's start from the bottom. Right, there's the leading one. 0 out the entries above it. Right, well, that would be what? 2/3 row 3 plus row 2. Right, and then -3 row 3 plus row 1. Right, move up to row 2. There's our leading one. We now just want to 0 out all the entries above it. Right, 1/2 row 2 plus row 1. And there is the RREF of C, right? So that is C row reduced. Now we want to row reduce this matrix, right? Look for the pivot. There it is. Zero out everything below it since it's already 1. -2 row 1 plus row 3, and then negative row 1 plus row 2. Our new pivot is at 3. We need to make it a 1. So let's multiply row 2 by a third. Right, we can now zero out that 3, 2 entry. Right, our new pivot is that 2. So we just make it 1. Okay. Now we work our way bottom up, right? Our first leading 1 is right there. Now zero out everything above it. Right, 2/3 row 3 plus row 2, and then negative row 3 plus row 1. Our next leading one is right there. Zero out the entry above it, right? 2 row 2 plus row 1. And there is the RREF of D. So as you see, it's not a particularly difficult process, right? Finding the REF, finding the RREF, not really difficult. You just have to know your basic arithmetic. The most difficult part about it is the bookkeeping, right? Keeping track of everything. Right, that will bring this clinic to a close. So on Wednesday's clinic, we're actually going to see how we can use this to solve linear systems, right? So we'll be setting up a linear system as a matrix and then using either the REF or the RREF to find its solution